Hi, welcome to this CodeClass curriculum special. Today we're going to be looking at triangles. So you can see here, this is the presentation slide for triangles. It's pretty simple, but a lot of kids struggle with this, so this one is definitely one to pay attention to and make sure that you know well, because a lot of time you'll end up having to help your elementary schoolers or whatever age you're teaching with this. So basically, your code is simple. It's just triangle, parentheses. And then there are 6 parameters, which just means 6 different variable types in here. The first one is your first x coordinate and your first y coordinate. And then your second x and your second y, and then your third x and your third y. So let's go take a look at this. I still have my image up from the last video. So I'm just going to create a background just so we can see everything a little bit better. Okay, and I'm going to type out this triangle. Okay, so you can kind of see here the different, it says x1, x2, and it says here the x-coordinate of the first vertex, the y-coordinate of the first vertex. So let's just try this somewhere in the middle. Let's make it 200, 10. So that means that it's going to be around here. Now let's try the second one to be around here. So I'm going to make that 50. And then if we're making it here, I'll make it like 200. And then my last one I'll have at like 350. Also 200. Okay. So then you want that closing parenthesis and then your semicolon. So you can kind of see what my triangle looks like here. So looking at this first vertex, we have this 200, 10. So this means that it's 200 over in the x direction and 10 down. If I move this, see now it's 248 over. So if that makes sense, we're kind of moving over. So that's our first vertex. And let's try and get it to 200 again. Okay, now if I try moving this down, this is the y coordinate of it. So I can flip it and I can go back up. Right, if that makes sense. So basically wherever I place this y, that's where it's going to end up. That's where the first vertex will end up. Now if you look at the second one, I can do the same thing. Here, I'm simply moving the y coordinate of it. Here, moving the x coordinate. So if I wanted to make another triangle, I'm going to go triangle. I'm going to make this one a little lower. So I'm going to make it, let's make it smaller. So I'll make it 100, 300, 20, 320, 180, 320. So you can see right here. And then if I want to make it a little bit taller, that would be the first vertex. So I'm going to move it that way. So again, this one's a little bit harder for them to grasp just because not all of them have the math knowledge to know what the different vertexes mean and to have that deep understanding of the coordinate system. And you can't choose side lengths. You just have to think about it from a, trigonometry standpoint if you are that into choosing a specific side length, because except for this bottom one, these are diagonals. So that's why triangles are a little bit more complicated, but still a good skill to learn because a lot of kids like adding triangles to their different drawings. So if they can kind of figure it out and then move this around, that can help a lot just for them to get a gauge of where the different points are.